The year 2025 began with a sense of hope, a clean slate for the world of aviation. However, this hope quickly turned into dread as the skies above America became a stage for a series of devastating accidents. From the icy waters of Alaska to the bustling cityscape of Philadelphia, tragedy struck with alarming regularity. In the first 6 weeks of 2025 alone, the United States witnessed more aviation fatalities than in the previous 15 years combined. As the body count rose, so did the questions and the fear. What was causing this sudden surge in accidents? Were our skies safe? And what could be done to prevent further loss of life? The string of incidents, each more harrowing than the last, shook the nation's faith in air travel. Families grieving the loss of loved ones grappled with their sudden absence, while communities reeled from the shock of witnessing these tragedies firsthand. The aviation industry, already grappling with the challenges of a post-pandemic world, found itself under intense scrutiny. Experts and investigators rushed to understand the factors that contributed to these accidents, seeking answers that could prevent future tragedies. The quest for safer skies had become an urgent national priority. The nation watched in horror as news broke of a catastrophic mid-air collision on January 29. A PSA Airlines Bombardier CRJ-700, en route from Wichita, Kansas to Washington, D.C., collided with a Sikorsky UH-60 Black Hawk helicopter on a routine training mission over the Potomac River. The impact, witnessed by horrified onlookers on the ground, sent both aircraft plunging into the icy waters below. There were no survivors. The crash claimed the lives of all 67 people on board both aircraft, marking the deadliest aviation disaster on U.S. soil in over 2 decades. Among the victims were a group of young figure skaters traveling to a competition in the capital, their dreams cut short by the tragedy. The crash sent shockwaves throughout the country, casting a pall over the nation, and raising serious concerns about the safety of our airspace. Just 2 days after the Potomac River tragedy, another disaster struck, this time in the skies above Philadelphia. A Learjet 55, operating as MedJet's Flight 056, crashed into a residential neighborhood shortly after taking off from Philadelphia International Airport. The aircraft, carrying 2 pilots, a medical crew, and a young girl and her mother, went down in a fiery explosion, engulfing several homes in flames. The crash claimed the lives of all 6 occupants of the Learjet and 1 person on the ground, while leaving 24 others injured, some critically. The neighborhood, once a peaceful community, was transformed into a scene of chaos and devastation. The tragedy left residents grappling with trauma and loss, while investigators worked tirelessly to determine the cause of the crash. The unforgiving Alaskan wilderness became the backdrop for yet another aviation tragedy on February 7th. A Cessna 208 Caravan, operating as Bering Air Flight 445, vanished from radar screens while en route from Nome to Shaktoolik. The aircraft, carrying 9 passengers and a pilot, was reported missing after it failed to arrive at its destination. Despite a massive search and rescue effort hampered by harsh weather conditions, the wreckage of the Cessna was found a day later in the Bering Sea, 34 miles from Nome. All 10 people on board, including 2 employees of the Alaska Native Tribal Health Consortium, were confirmed dead. The crash highlighted the inherent risks associated with flying in remote regions, where harsh weather and limited infrastructure can create treacherous conditions. Section 5, Scottsdale Airport. Incident, a near miss. While not resulting in fatalities, the incident at Scottsdale Airport on February 10th served as yet another stark reminder of the fragility of aviation safety. A Learjet 35A, owned by Motley Crue's Vince Neil, experienced a landing gear malfunction upon touchdown, causing the aircraft to veer off the runway and collide with a parked Gulfstream 200. Although Neil was not on board the aircraft, the crash resulted in 1 fatality and 4 injuries, 2 of them critical. The incident, captured on airport security cameras, highlighted the potential for disaster even in seemingly controlled environments. It underscored the importance of rigorous maintenance procedures and the need for swift emergency response in mitigating the impact of aviation incidents. The string of aviation disasters in early 2025 sent shockwaves through the nation, eroding public confidence in air travel and sparking widespread calls for accountability. News outlets provided relentless coverage of the tragedies, dissecting the details of each crash and raising questions about the state of aviation safety. social media platforms became forums for grief, anger, and demands for answers. Families of the victims voiced their anguish and frustration, demanding a thorough investigation into the causes of the crashes and calling for stricter safety regulations to prevent future tragedies. Lawmakers faced mounting pressure to address the crisis, with some calling for a temporary grounding of certain aircraft types pending safety reviews. The aviation industry, already grappling with staffing shortages and economic challenges, found itself at a crossroads, facing a crisis of confidence that demanded immediate attention. In the wake of the tragedies, the Federal Aviation Administration, or FAA, and the National Transportation Safety Board, or NTSB, launched full-scale investigations into each incident. Teams of seasoned investigators descended upon crash sites, meticulously combing through wreckage, analyzing flight data recorders, and interviewing witnesses in an effort to piece together the events leading up to each disaster. The investigations, expected to be lengthy and complex, focused on a range of potential contributing factors, including pilot error, mechanical failure, air traffic control procedures, weather conditions, and maintenance practices. The NTSB, known for its meticulous approach and commitment to transparency, pledged to conduct thorough and independent investigations, vowing to leave no stone unturned in their pursuit of the truth. The aviation tragedies of early 2025 served as a stark reminder of the importance of robust safety regulations and the constant need for vigilance in the pursuit of safer skies. The FAA, facing criticism for its oversight of the industry, pledged to implement reforms aimed at enhancing safety protocols, strengthening maintenance requirements, and addressing potential gaps in pilot training. The NTSB, drawing upon its findings from the accident investigations, issued a series of safety recommendations aimed at preventing similar tragedies from occurring in the future. These recommendations encompassed a wide range of areas, including pilot training and fatigue management, aircraft design and certification, air traffic control procedures, and the use of new technologies to enhance safety. The aviation tragedies of early 2025 served as a painful reminder that ensuring the safety of air travel is an ongoing process, requiring constant vigilance and a commitment to continuous improvement from all stakeholders. Airlines, manufacturers, regulators, pilots, and passengers all share a responsibility in maintaining the highest levels of safety in the skies. As the aviation industry navigates the challenges of the 21st century, it must prioritize safety above all else. By embracing technological advancements, fostering a culture of safety, and learning from past mistakes, the industry can work towards rebuilding public trust and ensuring that the skies remain a safe and reliable mode of transportation for generations to come.